Hey, 50 somethings. Do you remember when we used to think that 50 was old? Well, as it turns out, that's just when things start to get interesting. If you are somewhere between still working and retired and wondering what comes next, then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Liz. I'm a 57-year-old Gen Xer with one foot in midlife and the other inching toward retirement. And this channel is Hold My Readers. And here we're going to talk about everything from midlife to retirement and those awkward years in between. We're going to talk about living our lives for now while planning for our next chapter. I started this channel because I find myself in the in between, that space in life where, for the first time in a really long time, you start to think about your life in terms of your own fulfillment and your own happiness and future. And that's not to say that life hasn't been really great so far. It has. Raising my two girls, by far the best thing that I've ever done, and probably the best thing that I ever will do. Being a caregiver for my parents and in laws, that's a privilege that I wouldn't trade for anything. Growing and running a business with my husband, that's been fulfilling beyond words, but change is in the air for me, and I can feel that it's time to shift gears. Have you ever had a really defining moment or experience in your life? One that makes you rethink everything that you'd had planned for yourself? I think probably most of us have. For me, that was the experience of caring for my mother when she had cancer and losing her to that awful disease. For several years before my mom's diagnosis, I had really been lobbying for her to move closer to me. I wanted us to have some time to do the fun things that a grown daughter and her mother would do. And she was just not ready to make that decision yet. She kept saying, 2 more years, Liz, 2 more years, and I'm going to retire and we'll have all the fun. Well, 2 weeks after that conversation, my mother was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And she spent the next 2.5 years battling that cancer rather than us doing all of the fun things that we had planned. And that experience taught me one very big lesson. And that is that I would not let work accompany me to my grave. If you've ever had that kind of experience, and I'd venture to guess that most everybody has, I want you to know that you're among friends here. This is going to be a great space for you to engage in the discussions that we're going to have about midlife and retirement and everything in between. Now, there are some great creators on this platform talking about midlife and retirement. I follow a lot of them and I love learning from them. And I encourage you to do the same thing. But what makes Hold My Readers just a little bit different is we're not viewing retirement as the last chapter or an end of a story. This is a launching pad for the next adventure of our lives. Through this channel, we're building a community of like minded people who support each other, share advice and stories, and have some laughs along the way, too. So here's some of what you can expect to find on Hold My Readers. We'll be talking about lifestyle, things like social life and relationships. We'll talk about decluttering and downsizing our home because do we still really need all of those art projects that our kids made in 1995? Probably not. We'll also talk about embracing travel and hobbies and learning new things and living now while we're preparing for retirement. We'll also talk about health and wellness. It's important for us to stay active and to stay as physically and mentally healthy as we can as we round out our midlife years and head into retirement. We'll have conversations about planning for the future, retirement planning, smart money moves, aging in place, being a family caregiver, and preparing ourselves for the unexpected. Some videos on this channel will be short, sweet, and to the point, while others will be a deeper dive into the topics that we're discussing. I'll also take you with me now and then for a walk or another adventure while we chat. If any of this resonates with you, I'd like to invite you to hit the subscribe button and be sure to turn on notifications too so you won't miss any of the videos. We'll be dropping new videos every single week. So let's get this conversation started right here and right now. Tell me, What's the biggest surprise about midlife that you've had so far? If you prefer, tell me what your biggest challenge of midlife has been. Or what's the best part of this stage of life? We're going to have some amazing conversations here, and I can't wait to dig into your comments to see what your thoughts are. I'll see you in the next video. Midlife to retirement, the awkward in between no one prepares you for. Until next time.